Omkara. Center yourself. Recognize the freshness in the present moment. Eyes are gently closed. Inhale. 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 Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya om shanti shanti shantihi. Slowly and gently you may open your eyes. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. My salutations and namaskarams to entire Guru Parampara, the lineage of teachers, starting from Sadashiva, Lord, and the Parampara continues starting right from Shiva, and at the center of the lineage there is Adi Shankaracharya. My pranams to Adi Shankaracharya, and my salutations to all the teachers who have come in the Parampara up till my own Guru, and with that I offer pranams to entire Guru Parampara. Because there is a lineage in place, we are here today, we have access to this knowledge, we have access to this wisdom, and all of it is because there is this continuous flow of knowledge from generations of teachers. In fact, Hindu Sanatana Dharma is one of that very rarest of rare living civilizations where the knowledge is flowing from time immemorial. Whatever Vedas, language Vedas are, Veda mantras are there, we are speaking in the same language, Sanskrit. We are accessing that mantra. Sanskrit is still alive. Is something to be so proud of. In fact, one should have harupulations that, wow, I'm associated with this knowledge, with this great culture, this great tradition. Thousands millions of attempts were made to erase this entire civilization, this knowledge and whatnot. But yet we are here, we have survived, and then this knowledge is accessible to all of us. Continuing our discussion on bhakti, love. If you look at your own life experience, whenever there is the recognition of oneness, whenever there is dropping of separation, there is ananda, there is joy. Puja Swamiji, Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji. I sometimes now tell, after using the word Puja Swamiji, I again tell Swami Dayananda Saraswati Ji, because sometimes the newcomers may not immediately recognize. Puja Swamiji used to quote this small story. There was an elderly person and a young man waiting for a bus in Mumbai, I suppose. So both of them were waiting to get into a bus, a crowded bus. The bus came and stopped at the bus stop, and this elderly person had some difficulty because of his age to get into the bus. So he was taking time, and sometimes the bus is too crowded, it's so difficult to even get in. So this elderly person could not get into the bus in time, so the bus did not wait, the bus moved further. Meanwhile, this youngster also had some important work, I suppose, maybe meeting the friends for a movie. He also was trying to get into the bus, and because of this elderly person, he could not get into the bus. So the bus left. Now, this younger person picked up an argument with this elderly man. Oh, it's because of you I missed the bus. You did not get into the bus in time. You delayed, because of which I'm going to be late for my appointment or whatsoever. As even these two people were quarreling, the father of this young man comes there. And he is very happy to see the elderly man, and he immediately greets, and he is shocked that the son is arguing with this elderly person. He tells his son, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you picking a fight with your mama? Why are you picking a fight with your own relative? You know who he is?" The young man says, "No, I'm never at home when the relatives come." Nor I come for any family programs anymore. So the father explains, he is family, he is related to us. So immediately, both the people who are arguing now, "Is it your son?" "Oh yes." Immediately they both drop the argument and then greet each other, and they all go home. What changed? Did the situation change that they missed the bus? No. That the youngster missed the bus because of this elderly person? Has that changed? No. The argument was there. Has that changed? No. What has happened? What has changed is that both of them have recognized that we are one. We are part of one family. We are not two distinct individuals. We are one. Whenever there is recognition of oneness, there is peace. There is love. There is ananda. Go back to the example that I quoted. You are standing in front of a beautiful mountain, Himalayas, and that for few sacred moments, the subject you and the object inside Himalayas have suspended. Subject-object duality has got suspended for at least few moments. And then what is there at that moment? Just peace, joy, ananda. For those moments, you have forgotten everything about you, all the problems that were bothering you. There are so many problems in life, yet you laugh. You have a hearty laugh for a joke. How is that possible? For a few moments, you have forgotten everything that is associated with this body identity. That I am so and so, I am in this phase of life, I have these problems, my son is not doing well, my daughter is not doing well, this, that, this, what about my future? All of them have got suspended momentarily, and then there is joy. Vedanta's effort is not to momentarily suspend this duality. Vedantic knowledge, the Upanishads, help you shed the ignorance which gives you this illusion of separation. Vedanta helps you transcend the body identity. Vedanta helps you recognize Atma Chaitanya, your true self, which is ever present, which is ever existing. And the nature of that Atma is Ananda. What we are essentially seeking in all our pursuits is Ananda. The Taittiriya Upanishad very strongly comes up with a mantra, Anando Brahme Divyajanat Anandadhyeva Khalvimani Bhutani Jayante. I always imagine the tone of this mantra, Bhrigu teaching his son in a very strong manner, in the sense in a powerful manner. That is it. He ends giving this mantra, Saisha Bhār Gavi Varuni Vidya. Says that thing, that's all, my lesson is complete to you. O son, all that you have to recognize is that your true nature is this Ananda. And in all our pursuits, we are seeking this Ananda. So, and we don't know how to go about it. That's why instead of shedding the ignorance which causes duality, we are all the time in a pursuit to suspend temporarily the dualities, all the time. So the pursuits go on and on and on, one experience after another experience. There's a temporary suspension, and then everything comes back, and everything comes back. So in spite of having many profound experiences in one's life, which is indicative of oneness, because of lack of knowledge to interpret those experiences, we miss those profound gateways into the truth, and life goes on. So another name for Ananda is love. Because truly what is there in love, what is the content of love, is but Ananda. So discovering love is essentially discovering one's own true nature, which is the nature of the universe and which is the nature of Bhagavan, God also. Tattvamasi. So Jiva, Jagat, Īśvara is of the same nature, and the nature of these three seemingly different entities is but Ananda. So the entire effort of Bhakti Marga is truly recognition of this Ananda within, one's own true nature. So the tradition takes you step by step in order to prepare you to recognize your own true nature, your own true infinite nature. In fact, in the text Viveka Chudamani, Adi Shankaracharya defines bhakti as Swaswarūpānusandhānam. So what is bhakti? Is Swaswarūpānusandhānam, contemplating on one's own self. Swaswarupa. Contemplating on one's own true nature is true bhakti. A question may be raised. Swamiji, then how to contemplate on God? God is but consciousness. God is but Sachidananda Swarupa. God is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So, contemplating on the true nature of self is but contemplation of Bhagavan also. Contemplation of Bhagavan as well. Bhakti Marga prepares a person step by step to have the communion with this highest knowledge. Because sometimes it's not easy. When the mind is not prepared, when mind is full of desires, likes and dislikes, how can it ever appreciate this knowledge? How can it appreciate this knowledge? So in the whole scheme of things, there is this recognition of Nirguna Nirakara Brahma at the highest peak. That is the true Jnanam. That is the nature of the universe. That is the Swarupa of Bhagavan. That is the Swarupa of a Jiva, of an individual. But then, in order to recognize and appreciate this truth, the rishis have given us a pathway. Yesterday, as we discussed, the pathway starts with Saguna Sakara Brahma. Nirguna Nirakara Brahma. Nirguna with no attributes. Nirakara, no form. Brahma, the truth. That is the nature of the truth. But in order to recognize the truth, we start on this Bhakti Marga. And the first step there is recognition, developing a relationship. Yesterday, as I said, developing an intimate relationship with God. Bhakti is love for God. You start with Saguna Sakara Brahma. Guna means attribute. Saguna means with attribute. Sakara, Akara, with a form. So tradition has millions of forms. So one number from Puranas that we get is 33 crore devatas. 33 crore devatas. So why 33 crore? What is this huge number? See, what has to be thought is the infinity, infinite. So in transactional terms, in Vyavahara terms, if you have to indicate limitless, infinity, how do you do that? Not by putting the number 4 or 5. You put a number which is at least close to infinity. So 33 crore devatas. The Vedic number is 33. So then later in the Puranic tradition, we find 33 crore devatas. So we have this countless forms to relate to start a personal relationship with God by giving a name and a form to Bhagavan. See, if you really observe our life, this is all very minutely thought and time-tested ways of growing in religious and spiritual life. So if you really think about your own life, can you stay by not giving an expression to your love in a family situation? Oh son, I really love you, but I'm never going to give an expression to it, except giving you food and paying your tuition and picking up and dropping you from some 100 million classes. Is that a really good way of living? No. Love needs expression. This noun has to make it into, you have to make it into a verb. You got to give an expression to it. Hug, a kiss, a pat on the back. In words, in gifts, in cuddles. All of them are very essential in order to maintain an intimate relationship with one's father, one's mother, one's brother, one's sister. So rishis have thought intimately what helps us relating with someone on a very intimate and personal level. So they gave us this whole tradition of puja system in a temple context, that you give an expression to your devotion by offering fruits. Yesterday there was a question in the satsang about abhishekam. Through abhishekam, through prayers, through praise. And what is another way of giving expression to your love? So the father or mother tells the son or daughter, they say, "Oh, you are amazing, you're so good, look at you, you're so beautiful, look at you, you're so smart, look at you, look at your eyes." And especially when it's the baby, all the time the mother, grandmother, all of them are only praising that kid, even though that baby doesn't understand anything. It's constantly being praised for its cuteness, its laugh, its eyes, its hands and feet. And look at any Sahasranama, what do we do for Bhagavan? It's that expression of praise. Oh, Bhagavan, look at your eyes, so beautiful. Look at your feet, so beautiful. Adaram madhuram, nayanam madhuram, hasitam madhuram, chalitam madhuram, madhuradhipate, akhilam madhuram. Swami Pratyakbodhanandaji used to say this. Do you know who is the first diabetic patient in the world? Shri Krishna. Madhuradhipati, the Lord of sweetness. So, this path of devotion starts with developing a personal relationship, Saguna Sakara Brahma. You see? And somebody may ask, why not go directly to Nirguna Parabrahma? Why all this? Why this way? Why can't we just go directly into Nirguna Nirakara Brahma? Why not teach trigonometry to second grade child? Even though that is what is important. Why not explain quantum mechanics to a third grade fellow? Because even though that's the truth of physics, even though Newtonian laws ultimately are redundant when you're thinking about universe in a different way, in its terms of its reality, the Newtonian laws don't come handy. Then why do you teach it? Why not go to E is equal to mc square directly? So, even though that's the truth, there is no enough infrastructure in the mind for a third grader in order to appreciate the truth. So even though Nirguna Nirakara Brahma is the truth of the universe, you cannot immediately access it if you do not have the infrastructure in place. And what is the infrastructure that we need? Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Naischalyam. If mind is full of desires, if mind is full of hurt and guilt, if mind and heart are not expansive, how do you contain this truth? If the truth is infinite, you need an expansive heart, an expansive mind to appreciate that infinity. Finite can never relate to infinite. Mind, when it is fixated with all the time finite things of the world, it's always finite. It's always thinking in terms of finite objects. It can never appreciate even infinity. It cannot appreciate infinity. Thus we start our journey with Saguna Sakara Brahma. So yesterday we discussed Artha Bhaktas, Artharthi Bhaktas, who pray to Lord for specific desires, specific intentions, nothing wrong with it. But then the suggestion is not to get stuck there. The suggestion is not to get stuck there. You start appreciating more and more. You start appreciating more and more. So once this is in place, you move on to the next appreciation of God in a higher way of the same truth, in a higher form, in the form of saguna sakara to saguna nirakara form. So what is that? What is that? So appreciating the same Lord who is manifesting as Panchamahabhutas. There is guna, but there is no definitive form. Definitive form. You may say, Prithvi, Swamiji, earth has a form. Yes, but in this way, but not as specific like a, located like a murti. Isn't it so? So, from saguna, sa-akara upasana, you go to saguna brahma upasana. Saguna brahma upasana. What is that saguna brahma upasana? Relating with the same higher power as the entire cosmos, as the entire universe. Not with just one form, to relating it with the entire cosmos. Then again question may come, why not go to this step? why there is first step in place? I quote this example often. Once I went, it's there in our own experiences, life experiences. But this thought occurred to me when I was in one of our devotees' homes for a satsang and bhiksha. There were kids in the home. It was summertime. All the cousins had gathered in their home. And these young kids were playing. What was the game? The house game. So they had put some pillows, some Amazon boxes, and they had created a small space for themselves. In that, they had this plastic cooking set, some teddy bears, etc. And then they had assumed the roles of who is father, mother, kid, and everything, and they were playing the house game there. Now, why don't you go ask that child, hey, entire house is available, why don't you play the house game in the entire house? Who is to stop you? Take one room, take the kitchen, take the hall, take the garden. Why don't you play the same game in the entire house? The fun of it is lost. Or that young child doesn't have the conception that, oh, the entire home is available, I could as well play the same game using this entire infrastructure. The child is not ready as yet. So on the path of devotion, in this path of devotion, we all start as children. There's nothing to be ashamed about it. Somewhere we start. Somewhere we start. So immediately you will not be able to appreciate Nirguna Nirakara Brahma. So from Saguna Sakara Brahma, we establish a relationship and appreciation for Saguna Brahma. What is Saguna Brahma is available to us as everything, as this manifest universe, Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrit Deva Pujanam. So you appreciate the same Bhagavan as Ashtamurti, as this entire Panchabhuta manifest universe. So now this kind of a bhakti needs a lot more training, lot more fine-tuning. Because when you go to a temple, you immediately have reverence towards the murti there, isn't it so? For somebody who has grown up in Sanatana Dharma, it's almost natural. It's almost natural there is devotion. Or you could not be a religious person at all, but even then when you walk into a temple, a mosque or a cathedral, there is some sort of a respect, if not reverence, immediately on part of even an atheist. So, now how do you extend this reverence, respect towards the entire manifest world. That itself looks like a tall order. You got to develop this Saguna Brahma Upasana in appreciating the same divinity which is manifesting in a tree, in a person, in your father, in your mother, in your neighbor, in every living and non-living thing. So, can we do that? Is it a possibility? It is a possibility, just mind needs training. Mind needs training. It's very important to extend our love towards the entire universe. The mind becomes neutral. No more raga dvesha, because I can see divinity in everyone and everything. I may not agree with the behavior of a certain person, but I do not discount the divinity present in him. Are you with me? So this becomes Deva Pujanam. This becomes the puja, worship of the entire Jagat through my work, through my actions, through my speech, through my relating to people, and both living and non-living things. Living and non-living things. There was once a yajna, fire ritual, which was done, and then they had kept so many prasadams, the payasam, the porridge, sweet porridge, and etc. And then what happens is, suddenly a dog comes and then into the yajnashala and then licks the payasa kunda. The payasam was stored in a patram and the dog came and then it licks it. Now in the orthodox circles, dog is a non-kosher animal. Immediately everyone is disturbed. Oh my God, what happened? What happened? The God, such a sacred thing. Now the dog has come and licked it. Now we cannot distribute this prasadam for two reasons. One is it has dog saliva in it. That is the biological part of it. And the religious counterpart of it is the dog has touched the payasam. It is defiled and we cannot use it. We cannot offer it to neither at the yajna nor to the people. Then the guru comes to the yajnashala because there is so much commotion going on. Now nobody knows what to do. The guru said, hey, you just did Rudra Yaga. So you chanted Shri Rudram. Did you forget that in Shri Rudram, God is praised as Shvapati, what is that? Shvabhyo Shvapatibhyashchavo Namo. Īśvara is available to us in the form of dog and the Lord of dogs. See, can you have the same reverence, respect, appreciation that you have, love that you have in the temple towards a dog? Swamiji, this is a little uncomfortable. Why? Because it's so hard. See, it's hard. But for a modern person to have absolute love for the dog is very easy. But can we appreciate divinity in a dog? In a dog, especially the orthodox circles. Can you have the same reverence that we have at the temple towards a dog? So Swami, should we start doing puja of the dog from tomorrow? No, that's not the point. But can you shift your vision and have the same love and reverence that you have for the Bhagavan towards a dog? If yes, you are at the level of Saguna Brahma Upasana. If not, we need some more training. Nothing wrong. Spiritual life is all about introspection. Introspect yourself and see where you stand. Where you stand. So Īśvara, Shobhyo, so that Īśvara, Rudra is manifesting amongst all of us as a dog and Lord of Dogs. Who is Lord of Dogs? Petco. So, developing the same appreciation for all, for every being. So when we were studying in Coimbatore ashram, I think Binduji was also there with me there. So there was this, it was that time or later, I forget the exact time. So there was this one dog which suddenly came into the ashram. It was a pet dog. Probably it has escaped the home or somebody must have abandoned. So this dog started coming into the ashram, and it used to be everywhere. The dog used to be, suddenly the lecture is going on, it will come into the lecture hall. Then the dog, it's a disturbance, and everybody used to say, somebody used to take initiative and say, put the dog out of the lecture hall. And then suddenly it will come into the dining hall. And suddenly temple, everybody is chanting Namaste Astu Bhagavan. This dog will suddenly come off and storm into the temple. So everybody is all the time making the dog go from one premise to another because it's causing some disturbance. Then one of Pujya Swamiji's very early students, Radhaji, formerly known as Carol Whitfield, we have her books also in our bookstore. So Radhaji was there at the ashram, and then she was she observed all this, and then she felt bad that this dog is not getting good appreciation as Īśvara in this ashram. So Radhaji worked heavily on papers and everything because this dog is every day coming to temple and everybody is putting the dog out. Radhaji decided this dog will come to the US. So this dog, she did all the paperwork, and the dog came to USA. And I don't know what happened to the dog, I should ask Radhaji, but it finally came to the United States. Then somebody said the dog went to the temple daily, that's why it came. That's why it came to USA. See, so many people have prayed in Visa Venkateshwaran temple in Hyderabad. All of their visas were rejected. But our dog, our Rudra, prayed daily at the temple. It was coming to the lecture hall. It was coming to Anakshetra. So it incurred enough punyam to come to United States of America, because some people really consider this is heaven. Well, it's a very debatable topic. So, Saguna Brahma Upasana is developing this ability through all our five senses to see God in everything and everyone. In everything and everyone. So many times our own orthodoxical thinking restricts our total appreciation of this vision. So whenever there is a pratibandhaka, you got to identify it and then one should question oneself, why am I unable to see God, divinity in this person, in this dog, in this situation? Now, this doesn't amount to living in an irresponsible way. See? This is not living irresponsibly, in an irresponsible way. The social norms remain. So social norms can remain, doesn't matter. But you should develop this ability to see God in everything and everyone and social norms are in place. Because that social norms are also manifestation of same Īśvara. So you can keep certain social norms according to your convention based on compassion. Again, those norms must always be based on compassion. So when you do that, you will have a greater appreciation of Bhagavan in everyone and everything. There is this shloka in, I think Manasmriti, I may be wrong, if you wish, you please check the sources. The best way to do it is you check the sources so that I don't have to take the pain. I can just quote a shloka and get away with it. Pujya Swamiji used to say, if you are not sure of the source, just tell Skanda Purana. Because lakhs, so many thousands of verses are there. You will spend an entire lifetime studying Padma Purana and trying to disprove this Swami. It won't happen. Agnir Devo Dvijadinam Muninam Hridi Daivatam Pratima Svalpa Buddhinam Sarvatra Samadarshinaha. This is the shloka. Don't be afraid, I will translate and explain it to you just because it's in Sanskrit. You don't have to go 3 more seats further away. Agnir Devo Dvijadinam. For people following a Vedic lifestyle, the Deva, the divinity, is in Agni. Because if you see the Vedic lifestyle, the whole religious lifestyle is based on Agni. Agnir Devo Dvijadinam. Dvija means anybody who has got the samskara of Upanayana and has done some Vedadhyayana. It is not indicating a particular community, it is not indicating of any particular varna, it is indicating of anybody who has undergone Upanayana samskara. In a certain context, it was reserved for only male child, but then today everybody has access to Upanayanam, both girls and boys. In fact, I think Pujya Swamiji himself has given Upanayanam. That means what is the essence of Upanayam is Gayatri Mantra. Here in the ashram, Pujya Swamiji has given it to few girls as well, few children as well. So anybody who has got the samskara of Upanayanam. Again, the orthodox thinking will come, no, we cannot do it for girls. It is only meant for boys. It is not like that, like this. So yesterday I quoted in the satsang, whenever you have the doubts about dharma, what is to be done, what is not to be done in terms of even religious life, consult your guru, not the books. So we follow what Pujya Swamiji followed. We follow what our guru set in motion. So in fact, today we are all able to be here, study Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutra, all thanks to Pujya Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandaji, Pujya Swamiji, that they brought this knowledge for everyone to access. Otherwise, it was always thought to very limited people in closed doors. In orthodox circles, they took a lot of pain. It was not simple at Pujya Gurudev's time. There was so much criticism from orthodoxy, and all of it, in spite of all that, these great Mahatmas did not barge in for criticism. They took the highest voice to present the truth, to share the truth with one and all. So Agnir Devo Dvijadinam. So Agni is, you worship the same Lord, divinity, only as Agni. Your conception of Bhagavan is limited to Agni. That's how a Vedic lifestyle goes on. Muninam Hridi Daivatam. For a Muni, one who has the ability to contemplate. Muni means Manana Shilaha. One who has the ability to contemplate. That is a Muni. So if you have the ability to contemplate, you can add the word Muni as a prefix to your name. So whatever, Muni Savitri, Muni Maheshwaran, Muni Ajit. So you can do that if you have the ability to contemplate. Well, in a contemplative life, who are we trying to prove? Nobody. So you don't need titles. All you need is ability to contemplate. So for a person who has a mind which has an ability to contemplate, for that person, the divinity is not anywhere, not in the Agni, not on the mountains. Where is divinity for such a person? In Hridi, in heart, in one's own heart. Pratima Swalpa Buddhinam. For people whose intellect is not fully developed, Swalpa Buddhi, Buddhi means intellect or appreciation, is Swalpa, that means it is less. So it's not a derogatory word, because in sometimes in colloquial languages, in Kannada, Tamil, Gujarati or etc., this kind of an expression, Swalpa Buddhi, means somebody who has low intellect or something like that. No, it's not that. Pratima Swalpa Buddhina, meaning people who are on the path, who have just starting. Pratima, for them, the God is only limited to Murti. Is only limited to Murti. Sarvatra Samadarshinaha. For a Samadarshi, for a Jnani, for one who has got the knowledge of self, one who has got Atma Vidya, for such a person, Bhagavan, Īśvara or God is not located in space. The God is everywhere, Sarvatra, in everything and everywhere. When it is everywhere, you can as well say locationless, spaceless, timeless. So Sarvatra Samadarshinaha. So we may be in whatever stage in this shloka, the examples given in this shloka, slot yourself wherever you are, nothing wrong. You have to start somewhere, isn't it so? One should celebrate one's journey. Finally, I am undertaking the journey. The journey is most important. Somebody was asked, so what is more important? Is it journey or the destination? An Indian will say it is destination. And then the youngster now says, a few years back said, it is the journey. It's not the destination. Swamiji, what is important is the journey. Then you ask even 2013 born fellow, they'll say, it's neither the journey, it's neither the destination, it is the company, which is more important. Then you ask Gujarati, what is important? Is it journey? Is it destination? Or is it the company? They will say, it is the snacks that we carry. So, coming back to the shloka, so you slot yourself, my God, you've mentioned snack, I feel like eating something. So, Sarvatra Samadarshinaha. I hope somebody doesn't bring something just because I asked. Once what was happening, so in Puja Swamiji had this habit of putting the vastram like this, right? If you see in the photos. So Swami Paramarthanandaji, one of our important acharyas, so he was, he wears the Angavastram like this. And sometimes it falls down, when you're giving lecture, you're giving some hand gestures, it slips and this thing. So usually the gurus who put it will adjust it a little bit once or twice at least in a lecture. So Swamiji was doing it, and you won't believe, one of the devotees, she came and offered a hairpin to Swamiji in the middle of lectures. To Swami Paramarthanandaji, so that his this thing dhoti is in place. You meaning the students' focus was on the Angavastram, not on the Vedanta Vakya. So very important what our focus is on. Where is our focus? Where is our focus? The focus must be in recognizing Atma Chaitanya, Bhagavan, which is all pervasive, So that is what Vedanta does. Finally, if you grow on this path of bhakti, it will give you samadarshana, ability to appreciate this samam brahma, the same consciousness which is manifesting everywhere, in everything. You'll get that ability to have samadarshana. If not, you should start cultivating samadarshana. Start cultivating equanimity. From that equanimity comes the ability to absorb this knowledge, and then finally you have samadarshana. Shita, Ushna, accept both, heat and cold. Ability to bear with things. Sukha and dukkha, ability to bear with it. Sweet and bitter, ability to bear with it. So in Rishikesh, once I was doing the camp, I was teaching in a retreat like this. We have 7 or 10 days retreat in Rishikesh. So then somebody came, and one of the students from Portugal or something, they came and gave me dark chocolate. Then I took it and I said, "Oh wow, this is wonderful. I like. Do you like it, Swami?" "Yes, I like it. I'll eat it." Okay, I took it. Then, from next day, whenever people used to come and see me after lunch, I started noticing everybody is bringing dark chocolates. And then there was also a rumor going around. I believe I heard later that Swami Sachidananda has diabetes. So he likes only bitter chocolate. I was cultivating samatvam. Bitter chocolate, milk chocolate, Lind, this, that, everything is fine. I mention name here and there passively, Lind, because I like it, see. When so everybody started giving dark chocolate. So you cultivate something, but sometimes something else may happen. So that's not our focus. The focus is on cultivating samatvam. Bitter chocolate, yes. Dark chocolate, yes. 70%, yes. 60%, yes. 55%, perfect. That's what I like. So, agate swagatam kuryat. If things come in your life, do not resist. Welcome them. Nothing, anything, good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant. Nirgate bhayam nasti. If something leaves you, do not have fear. Do not have dukkha. Because the nature of things, as I mentioned, is all fragile. Agama painaha, anityaha, tan titikshasva bharata. Things come only to go. Nothing stays forever. See, 10 years back you had some problems. Are those problems with you today? No, Swamiji, we have new problems. 20 years back you had a problem. Is it still there? Yes, Swamiji, she is sitting next to me. Ability to bear with everything. Ability to gladly accept everything. Because what is there in accepting or resisting anything? That's how life is. That's how life is. So this is the path of bhakti to finally recognize Saguna Brahma. At this stage, when mind doesn't have ragadveshas, mind doesn't have fixations for finite things, when the Vedanta Vakyas come, you absorb it then and there. Just one shloka is enough. One Upanishad is enough. One chapter of Bhagavad Gita is enough to gain this vision. Then Swamiji, why did you all study for 3.5 years? Gain clarity. You gain clarity. It's not that you do not know. You gain more and more further clarity. All our orientations will get neutralized. Pujya Swamiji in Bhagavad Gita home study books, one of the books, I don't remember the location, a good idea to study the entire book to locate what I say now. He uses this exact phrase, orientation persists in spite of knowledge. So orientation, it's not that you do not know. The past vasanas, orientations may make you commit same errors sometimes. It's just based on our patterns of thinking which are so ingrained. In spite of anything, we are no vaccine given, we are in spite that disease persists. It's like that. So we need to correct the orientation. So the entire process of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, continuous sadhana, all of it will help us correct this orientation. Thus, everything else is required. Now, I will touch upon one more topic before ending today's class. Now, one is we discussed what is the nature of Bhagavan and how do you relate to Saguna Brahma, Saguna Sakara Brahma, all of it as in the Bhakti Marga. Now, Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita also discusses who is a bhakta, who is a devotee, who is a real devotee. We are saying bhakti, 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 and lot of people are doing bhakti, you know. In fact, this is a very common expression in Sanatan Dharma that we are doing bhakti, Bhagavan ka bhakti kar rahe. So, what does it translate to? That you are doing bhajan or something like that. You are the same person who gossips around, even in that satsang group. You are the same person interested in everybody's life. You are the same person with bitterness, argumentative spirit, and all of it, and yet you are doing Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram all the time. So, some time back in India, there was a big craze of doing the mala, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram mala, at least in South India. I very vividly remember. And then people used to bring that mala everywhere, like they're walking, morning walking, their morning walk, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, the mala, they're getting it. So I have seen that people used to come to buy milk in the morning and then they're doing Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Oh, when did you come? Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. You know that her daughter got divorced. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Whole fascination with the world is there. Along with that, some Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Just like you throw some parmesan on the pasta. It's like that. So, that doesn't work. Sri Krishna dedicates so many shlokas in getting us qualified as bhaktas. So you have the handout. Locate the page where it has Bhagavad Gita. 4th page in the handout, in the booklet. You may repeat after me. Adveshta sarvabhutanam Maitrah karuna evacha Nirmamo nirahankaraha Samadukha sukhakshami Samadukha sukhakshami. So, who is a bhakta? What are the qualities or qualifications of a bhakta? You see, we never think about it. Am I qualified on this path? In any path that you undertake, first you must be qualified in order to undertake that journey. It's so important to gain the necessary qualifications in order to take up a pursuit or take up a path. Otherwise, you will just not be able to sustain that path. That's why it's not that you shouldn't walk. Sustaining on that journey becomes extremely difficult. So, a couple of years back, I went to Boston, and I was staying in one of our devotees' home, and that was the starting point for Boston Marathon. So I saw the starting point, like hundreds, thousands of people are running and everything. And then last year when I was in Cambridge with some friends, I used to go for running. And then I got an idea, hey, why not I run Boston Marathon? Then I went to the website and looked it up. My God, it will take 5 years for me to get qualified to have the ability to sustain that marathon. So first you must be, if you are not even qualified, then no point simply paying the fee and getting registered or whatever. I don't know, even you just can pay the fee and get registered. They may have whatever, some testing or whatever, I don't know. But what the point I'm trying to make is, if you are not qualified to undertake a journey, you simply cannot sustain on that path. So Krishna says, develop yourself as a devotee first. Forget God, forget everything. First concentrate on yourself. Forget God. It's okay. Time being, forget God. Develop yourself as a devotee first. Then devotion to the God. He says, who is a devotee? Adveshta sarva bhutanam. One who does not have dvesha, hatred, or even an ounce of hatred towards anyone. One who is free from dvesha. One who is free from dislike or hatred towards people. My God, half the people will get disqualified as bhaktas. Maitraha, one who is friendly. One who is friendly. Friend to all. It doesn't take anything to be friendly. Just a good heart, good intention. Karunaha, one who is compassionate. We are compassionate, no doubt we are friendly, we are all compassionate, but then it's like I said yesterday, conditions apply. Under standard temperature and pressure we operate. We will be good, compassionate people. When there is not standard temperature, pressure, this my standard value will not remain the same. So, I should be a universal constant under any temperature and pressure. We should become universal constants. So, Maitraha, this friendliness and compassion must be like a universal constant. Value is fixed, it's always there. It's always there. Then, Nirmamo Nirahankaraha, one who does not have mamatvam. This is mine, that is mine, this is mine, that is mine. We may use the language sometime. If you ask me, Swamiji, is this your phone? I'll say, yes, it's my phone. But do I have some possessiveness for that phone, ownership of that phone? That phone is there with me at this moment. That's all I'm using for my utility. Now apply the same for all the things that you have in life. All those things are with you. You don't possess them, they are with you. Change the attitude. Mamatvam comes down. Now to apply for things it is easy. Now to apply that nirmamaha for our family, that becomes a challenging task. They are God's children, not my children. I am the caretaker. I'm the caretaker. As a mother, as father, I'll give my best. But the children are individuals. Finally, their life will shape according to their own karmas. Nothing to worry. The same God who created them will take care of them as well. So that faith will reduce a lot of anxiety in Desi parents. In Desi parents. It's okay. My God, the US parents have 100 times more anxiety than our Bangalore, Bombay parents. I don't know what is the matter here. So it's okay. Kids will, why do you consider your own kids are dumb and then useless and they will fall in life? If they don't become doctors and engineers, life will just fall apart. Nothing like that. Take it easy. Every bud has a potential. Every seed has a potential. That child may become an international entrepreneur, but you want to make it a doctor. So it's kind of trying to put a mold and put everybody in it. No. Nirmamaha, nirankaraha. No egotism also. I am so and so, I am this, I am that, I am this. I am a father, I am a mother. I am a Swami. I am the head. Nothing. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. Subuddha mulaha nipatanti padapaha. Great trees which had very well rooted system one great wind comes, it all falls down. So nothing is constant. It's okay. Samadukha sukakshami, one who has the ability to bear with sukha and dukkha. That person is a real devotee. One who has the ability to bear with the class even though we have exceeded 10 minutes. Somebody looked at the clock, so I got my alarm. So that is a true bhakta. That is a true bhakta, one who is able to take sukha and dukkha in an equal state of mind. That is a true bhakta. Then alone God comes into picture. Until then, devotee is in focus. So Bhagavad Gita's bhakti is not, the focus is not on Bhagavan, but on bhakta. But on bhakta. The focus is on devotee rather than on God. If you focus only on God and ignore the devotee, the qualifications of the devotee, you remain same in spite of any amount of pilgrimage. A donkey which goes on pilgrimage doesn't come back as horse. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.